Well, everybody, I am in Annapolis, Maryland. I am at the city dock right now. And I'll tell you what, it is really beautiful. I'm heading into downtown now. It's right here. As you can see, there's lots going on here. Restaurants, of course, places to dock your boat. U.S. Naval Academy, very close. It's right there. Annapolis calls itself the sailing capital of the United States. So there you go. Little info as I head towards downtown. There are 41,000 people here, so it's not a giant city, which is nice. There's a look into downtown where I'm heading. It's dominated by two buildings. Let's see, right there, that is the State House, the state capitol, and then there is the Episcopal Church right there. So when you head into downtown, there are two circles. The State House is in the middle of one, and then that church is in the middle of the other one. So we'll go up there and I'll show them to you. In the meantime, a couple more numbers real quick. I'll give you the ethnic breakdown. 53% white, 23% black, 17% Hispanic, 3% Asian, last 4% mixed others. Now just checking out one of the local residents. He's beautiful, isn't he? Wow. Well, let's do median household income. Way up there. The good people of Annapolis make good money. Median household income, $97,219 a year. That's going to put it up there in the U.S. as one of the highest income earning cities. That's $1,870 a week. And then you see per capita, $58,000 a year. That's over $1,100 a week. So unsurprisingly, poverty is low. Here it is, 10.6 overall. Children 17 and under, 16%. Now that's a little high. Folks 65 and older, it's 4%. That is low. So, cost of living, it's got to be pretty bad, right? Yeah, it's pretty high. Here's the index, 134. You can see Maryland is, as a state, is 119. So it's higher than the state. And then housing, look at that, 204. So housing is over twice higher than the U.S. So median home value here, $473,100. That's pretty high. It is a Wednesday in early July. It's about 9 a.m. and I got here early. I'm trying to beat the crowds because there will be a lot before it's over. Anyway, I'm gonna head up this main street, give you a look-see. Some of the great old buildings and sites here. That's some Maryland blue crab, I guess, huh? Being held by a naval officer. Very Maryland, isn't it? Blue crabs in the Navy. Before I get too much farther up the street, let me give you crime numbers real quick. A shade high. Last year, 25 incidents per 1,000 people. U.S. is 23. A little bit higher. Mostly property crime, though. 20 of those 25 were property crimes. Violent crimes, 5 per 1,000 people. So Main Street goes up this way. And you can see the State House right here, up this little street. Of course, Nicole and I will visit there later in the video. And then at the end of the Main Street here is the church. Like I said, they pretty much dominate the downtown. Let's head up this way first. You notice American flags everywhere. Now, Annapolis was the capital of the United States at one time. Did you know that? Not for very long, for about a year. And I think the government operated right out of this Capitol building. You can see it poking above there a little bit. Now it is here where George Washington resigned his command as the commander-in-chief of the Continental Armies. This was 1783. A few years later, I think it was 6 years later, he became our first president. You can hear the church bells ringing. That is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, am I right? Wow. Not very many people here yet. That will change. Like I said, it's pretty early. Very hot. It's first half of July, and it just seems really hot here. I mean, I feel like I'm in Texas. Maybe someone can chime in who lives in the area. Is it unusually hot right now? Early July? Whew. Wasn't expecting this. Now this is the Annapolis Post Office, built in 1901. That is Georgian Revival. So it takes its cues from 1700s England, when the 4 King Georges were in power. Now this is Church Circle. Called that appropriately enough, because right in the middle is the Episcopal Church, built in 1859. St. Anne's Episcopal Church. I'm wondering if I can go inside. Oh. God is watching, and so are our 24-hour cameras. Okay. Well, let's take a quick look. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? See the stained glass on the side. Yeah, this has been here, what, 160 years? It's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, look, that big organ. Wow. I bet that sounds amazing. Cool. It's always amazing to be able to go inside these old churches. This is built in 1824. Again, Georgian Revival. A lot of that architecture here. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Jeez, what did I say, 1824? So it's 200 years old. It is in really good condition. All right, guys, I'm going to acclimate you to where I'm at again. There's Church Circle. Right here is the governor's mansion of the state of Maryland. Pretty awesome, huh? And then it leads right into State Circle, which is, of course, where the State House is. That is the Capitol building for Maryland. Again, Nicole and I will visit it later in the video. So I'm about a block off the State House. You can see it here in the distance. I just wanted to show you guys some of the residential area right off of it. It's just amazing looking, isn't it? How old do you think this is? You see a lot of work being done. These row houses. Downtown Smoke. Little store here in the corner. You just walk up here. Look at these old residences. And they're in really good condition. That is something. I'm just fascinated by these homes. You know, being from Texas, there is nothing like this in Texas. That's incredible. Just checking out some of these beautiful residences here in Annapolis as I make my way to here. This is the Naval Academy. I don't know if I can go in there or not. U.S. government property, no trespassing. Does that mean I can't go in here? I think I can go in here. Give you a bit of a look. U.S. Naval Academy has been designated a registered National Historic Landmark under the provisions of the Historic Sites Act of August 21, 1935. Well, now we gotta look around, don't we? Let's go see what I can find. Now here's a map of the place. United States Naval Academy, Annapolis, Maryland. And we've got a guy guarding the entrance, and he is armed. Both of them are. United States Naval Academy. Well, let's go check it out, shall we? See if I can go inside. Well, I'm inside. There's the armed guards at the gate. Boy, they check you out pretty thoroughly to come in here. But I'm here now. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Check out this ram. The Navy mascot. Oh, it's a goat. There you go. Presented by the class of 1915. Awesome. One of the first buildings you see is this striking building. It looks like an auditorium, maybe. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe someone can fill in. They got a placard here. See what it says. Birthplace of U.S. Naval Air Forces. Lieutenant John Rogers took off from this location in the Wright B-1 aircraft on September 7, 1911. With less than 400 feet to become airborne, an eager group of midshipmen assisted by running alongside while pulling ropes wrapped around the ring struts. Rogers circled the Naval Academy, made several low passes, and landed. For the first time in history, an aircraft owned by the Navy and piloted by a naval aviator flew from naval property. Naval aviation had arrived at its first home. There you go. Later that afternoon, he took off again, turned towards Washington, D.C. An hour and 20 minutes later, he landed on the National Mall. It's quite a story, isn't it? I'm on the other side of that building where we saw the placard. It's at Dahlgren Hall. Looks like I can go inside. Yeah, so let's do that. Looks like it is a museum of sorts. Got some old aircraft here. Is that right? Well, maybe it's not a museum. Yeah, it is a gathering place, if you will, but it looks like they have is that right airplane that they talked about on the placard? I bet it is. Yeah, I'm just wandering around. Checking out the immensity of this place and the sheer beauty. It's amazing. I wanted to go up there. There's a sign that says that's a no-go for people who aren't in the Navy, so this is as good a shot as I'm going to get. But wow, what a building. This is the Naval Academy Chapel, and it is striking. I believe we can go inside. So why don't we do that? That is some building. All right, let's go inside. Something, isn't it? I wonder if I can get closer. I think I can, yeah. Yeah, I'm here in the main part. That big dome. I want to make sure you get a good look. Some stained glass. Let's come over here. See what we can find. That is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I'll give you a shot. Look in the other direction. Stunning. Yeah, honestly, you could spend the better part of a day just visiting the grounds of this academy. There's a lot to see here. Would these be Navy cadets? Not sure, they're in white. I'm sure someone who knows more than me can fill us in what's going on, who those guys are in white. Looks like they're heading to a class though. And I got some guys who are not in white. They may be more important. Wow, amazing. That chapel is so beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, that's the end of this part of the video. I'm gonna go grab Nicole, change my shirt because it is sweaty, because it is so hot. Ew, gross, right? Yeah, I'm gonna grab Nicole, change my shirt. We're gonna go to the State House. Then we're gonna go to a tavern and have dinner. A tavern that's been open since the 1700s. One of the oldest in the United States. So that's all coming up next. We are at the city dock in Annapolis. Checking out the boats on the water.
The Sea Gypsy.
That's a pirate boat. Can't you tell? They're about to go out. They're about to go out pirating.
Oh, okay.
You got that?
They're about to go out pirating. I thought the pirates
Yes.
were supposed to attack them and come
Pirating.
steal their boat.
Yes. Well, anyway, we're going to head into town here.
To me, pirating means something they do on the internet.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's actual real-life pirates still.
Yes, I do know that.
Anyway, so we're going to head that way to the Capitol. We are at the Maryland State House. And as you can see, there's a bunch of scaffolding around it. It appears to be under renovation. But we're going to go check out the inside. Nicole's trying to stay in the shade. Well,
Yes.
back in the sun we go. Well, we got to figure out how to get inside here. Obviously, we're not going in the front door. They've got a cannon on the grounds that is really old.
Wow.
Look how pocketed it is. See that?
Yeah, is that from the weather? Is that from being shot at?
I'm not sure. Here's what it says. This cannon was brought from England by the first settlers March 25th, 1634.
Wow, 1634.
Mounted on the walls of the fort at Old St. Mary's, recovered from the St. Mary's River, 1822. Presented to the state in 1840 by Reverend Joseph Carberry. This tablet was placed on here by the Daughters of the American Revolution of Annapolis, March 25th, 1908. There you go. So this cannon, 400 years old. Wow, huh? The things that it has seen, including being underwater for a long time. Am I right? Huh?
Oh yeah, I guess that could have happened from being under the water.
State House is open during construction. Visitor entrance. All right, here we go. Nicole's already in a rush to get to the air conditioning. And I'm about to trip. All right. Sure there's going to be security. There is. ID required beyond this point. All right, here we go. And we have just gotten inside. Right at the entrance is the house chamber. It's pretty grand, isn't it? Right across the hall is the Senate. Looks pretty much the same, doesn't it? Beautiful, though. Well, let's see if we can find the dome, and we gotta get her passport stamped. This is one of the world's largest wooden domes that has been made with no nails. I was reading that. I guess they just piece it together in such a way that it doesn't fall apart, or maybe they glue it. I'm not sure. But there are no nails.
I guess it's all about the physics, huh?
Mm-hmm. All right. So it is this building that George Washington resigned as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. Yeah, December 1783, George Washington came to Annapolis to perform his final duty of the American Revolution, resign his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. And then, yeah, he wanted to retire to Mount Vernon, but 6 years later, he became president. Oh, here's a picture of the room where Washington resigned. And here's the actual room. Amazing, isn't it? So Washington stood right here, resigned as Commander-in-Chief in this very spot. What, 1783, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is awesome. This building was finished in 1797, and to this day it is the oldest continuously operating Capitol building or State House in the U.S.
So we are here. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good to us.
perfect.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thank you.
Can you see it?
Yep,
Oh, you
it
can see
looks
it's perfect.
perfect. Looks perfect.
All right.
Thank
Right
you
next
so
to me.
much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Now these buildings here date back to, geez, I want to say 1700s. Mostly restaurants. Which comes to our next destination right there. That is the Middleton Tavern. It's been operating since 1750. 1750. You can tell that building's really old. That is incredible. One of the oldest continuously operating taverns in the United States. So guess what that means? That's where we're going. Here's a placard outside the restaurant. Historic Tavern, Middleton Tavern, established 1750.
Bye-bye. Oh, no. Sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Alright. Well, I guess we gotta find a bar if they have one, right? I'm sure they have one somewhere. Let's see if we can find it.
Hi, are we able to sit near the bar?
Alright.
I just didn't know if you serve food here, that's all.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna sit at the bar.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll just have a glass of water for now.
Let's see, we're looking at the menu. We're gonna start with sweet and spicy calamari. We thought about something crab, but we're gonna have crab for entrees, so we're gonna have calamari for appetizer.
Okay.
Our appetizers here, it is sweet and spicy calamari. Looks pretty good.
Yes, it does.
Well, the calamari is pretty good. Tastes like calamari. I was going to say it's hard to mess up calamari, but I have had messed up calamari.
It was pretty good. It was good.
But it tastes good. They did a good job with it. A little bit spicy. It's yummy.
Just a tiny bit.
All right, we've decided on our entrees. I'm having jumbo lump crab cakes because I am in Maryland. That's the signature Maryland dish.
I'm gonna have to steal a bite of your crab cakes. I love crab cakes.
And you're having blackened salmon, right?
Yes, I was gonna try something different, but I don't know. The salmon was calling my name. I can't help it.
You never have salmon. Yeah, she's having salmon like she always does. Our entrees are here. So I've got my jumbo lump crab cakes, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and you've got blackened salmon?
Blackened salmon with broccoli and it's supposed to be roasted potatoes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. They smell good. Let's see if it's good. All right, guys, here's the thoughts on the food. Crab cakes are excellent. And this is a fried green tomato that they are put on top of. And this mashed potatoes are excellent. They taste fresh made. Asparagus is a little undercooked. So everything else is good. And you?
My salmon was very good. They put a lot of blackening seasoning on it the way I like it, and it's nice and juicy on the inside. Broccoli was pretty good. I was disappointed in the potatoes.
Yeah. You must have liked the broccoli. You ate it all.
Yes. And yes, like I said, the salmon was really good.
All right, there you go, guys. All right, guys, here's the tab, 107.30. Yeah, we didn't have dessert this time. They didn't have anything on the dessert menu that looked good, so no dessert.
No dessert.
We were pleasantly surprised at how beautiful this city is. One of the most beautiful I have seen.
It's a very beautiful city, yes.
Totally unexpected. Up next, we are heading to New York.
All right.
New York State, so here we come.